So, see me running through that open door. I can fly. I believe I can fly. Everybody loves Robert something Kelly. Oh, Mr. Bro, where's my... What's up, buddy? It's been a while. This is probably the longest break I've ever taken from doing a commission. I've just been so exhausted. You know what it's like starting a new job? It's like every day I have some kind of new job I have to do in addition to my old job, right? So, as many of you know, there's the new Crane page that I manage alone, which is fine. But that takes time. Now, the beginning of the year, I hope everyone had a great New Year's. I had lots of fun. I hope y'all had lots of fun. And lots of cool stuff coming down the pipelines this year. So I look forward to that. This is rad. Love Sleeper. Hope to see him more. You know, I think Sleeper is going to be a real sleeper. Get it? Sleeper. In the, because that's like a story term where, I don't know if it's a story term. I don't know where that term originated, but the sleeper term means like people were sleeping when they should have been awake. So that means like you should have been paying attention. And it means like Sleeper might be I think Sleeper might be the character that is the most important. At first I thought it would be Codex, and then they kind of wrote out Codex. He might come back, but Codex has been written out right now. But Sleeper, I thought it was between Sleeper and Codex as to who would be like someone who's really important to the storyline, if that makes sense. Like maybe Sleeper will be the part of the thing that saves the day. If the day gets saved, right? Maybe the whole Marvel universe is just done, right? No, I'm just kidding. I don't think that'll happen. Martin Orlowski, what's up, buddy? It definitely will be big. Yeah, Toxin's coming back, though. I know. I'm so excited about that. They said, oh boy, poor guy. They said in the last King in Black issue, yeah, ostentatious. You in charge of that raffle? Who needs to die? Jonathan. Jonathan. What am I gonna do with you? I don't know. I was thinking we'll make sure we do it live so that no one is like, what? I can test these results. And it'll be, maybe I'll have Martin do it for me. Martin's always doing that anyway. Unless he's busy, maybe Martin can recommend someone to do it for me. See me flying through that open door. I believe I can fly. I watched all of Megas XLR. Actually, I think I have 2 more episodes. We already talked about this, but I thought everyone else should know. Yeah. Yes. Toxin is the one I'm ready for. Me too, man. And don't think that the love that we've been showing Toxin on this channel isn't getting noticed by people, you know. So I'm not saying that we did it, that we brought Toxin back. Maybe we did. No, I'm just kidding. I think everything counts, right? Maybe we love Toxin because they love Toxin. So it's like it would have happened. There's no stopping it, right? With a character that cool. No stopping it. Do I want to write and draw a Toxin comic? Yeah, I do. Am I gonna do that? Probably. Have I been made an offer to do that by Marvel, and it's set in stone? Not quite. Maybe one day. Maybe one day soon. Why is this happening? I'm putting on my cartoon, sorry. There we go. Okay. Sleeper's pheromone powers may come into play as well as his host. Yeah, because his powers are like chemical reactions, and he can create pheromones and gases and liquids and solids. Assumedly, he can really do anything. He can just kind of make chemicals react, which is basically what do they call that in comic books? They have a term for that where it's like a power that hasn't yet been quantified. So it's like he has potentially limitless power with that, right? Because that's like a philosopher's stone. If he could take one item and then just use his ability to turn lead into gold, it's like that's pretty good, right? So I think he'll definitely. And then he supposedly he can release pheromones, like chemicals that will put people under hypnosis, and they'll do what he says. So it's pretty tight. Martin says, I'm in to help out as always. What did you just say, though? Talking about raffling the print, so maybe I'll have you raffle it. Christopher Stromlin says, what up, Christopher Stromlin? What up, buddy? Me and you, Austin. We're bringing Toxin back. Yeah. Yeah, Martin had 2 Toxins done. And then I did Toxin. Toxin was probably one of my first ones I did on the I still have it right here. Let's see, what is this book? This is Amazing Spider-Man 378. And I did this, and this was probably my first. I remember I had a guy who was like, he wasn't really trolling me, but he was like, oh, what is this, a revision? You know, when I first released my first revision, which was like my Ghost Rider one, or this was like this one was pretty popular. People were like, oh, that's cool. I think I'll go over these and make them a little bit better, because these were such early on ones. That one's rad. Everybody likes that Carnage back there is sweet. But yeah, I just love Toxin so much, and I love this cover, and I was like, why not just do Toxin and Anti-Venom? I should change that to Venom, I guess, and change that to somebody else, and just go all out on this cover and get it all graded up, even though it's just beat to shit. But I like when it said, like, I sold that one book that said it was a score 4.5. The guy who bought that book loved it. He was like, cool, I love it. He didn't care it was banged up. I didn't care. Some people don't care. Like James Martin runs low grade comics and something collectors group. I don't care if a book is 9.8, you know. As long as it's not in pieces. You gotta find first gear in your giant robot car. I will do it. Keep your eyes on the quarter, y'all. Watch as it disappears. I mean, I'll do the drawing. Oh, okay. Yeah, you just got to make sure you have, I think it's random.org is like a website that you have to, or a website like random.org where it's like, it allows you to easily kind of put all the names into a list, and people trust random.org because it's just a trusted website, and like you randomize all the names. Nice work as usual. Sure on the waffle thing. Okay. Oh, thank you, Davey. Thank you, Davey Rose. Martin, you got it. Christopher Stromlin, that's a dope. That's dope. Never seen one. Change it into Knoll. Yeah. You know how I feel about graded slabs. Yes. Fuck grades. Put that bitch in a gator guard. One of a kind at any grade is still the only one. Yeah, absolutely. Awesome stuff. Austin, what's new? What's up, Matthew Wilder? Not much is new, buddy. Well, lots of things are new, but nothing's new under the sun, as they say, right? So, but I had a great New Year's. I hope everyone in here had a great New Year's and made a 20-year plan to improve the life of themselves and their family in a good way. That's what I hope for everyone here, and that's what I'm trying to do. And I think we can do it. And P.S. I designed this title completely myself, by the way. There was no pre-existing title for Sleeper, so if you ever see a title like this again, like if Sleeper gets his own book, and they make it the title look like this. I did that. I kind of based it on the Venom title a little bit, but not really. He's kind of got his own thing going on here. I hope everyone here wins that crane print. Wouldn't that be funny? Somehow everyone wins. I'm like, oh boy, how do I send out 100 prints? Oh yeah, Gator Guards for the win. Just a reminder for everybody, first was Toxin, now Sleeper, then Carnage, Anti-Venom, Null, and Venom. Right, yeah. Oh man, Carnage is gonna be next. Woohoo! It's gonna be sweet. Yas, Queen. This year's then, yes. Yeah, he got the Toxin, he got this one, and he's getting 4 more. 4 more Lethal Protectors. Get it? 4 more years? No? Okay. Sorry. Sorry, everybody. And then after this, we're going to do, like, a bunch of female ones, right? Because I think if we just cover up the bottom and leave the top. No, we can't leave the top. We'd have to cover the bottom. Never mind. Females, females don't work. I could do a Scream. I couldn't do a Scorn, if that makes sense. Because there's Scorn, She-Venom. There was even a She-Carnage, right? In Carnage issue 4 or 7 or something. I don't know. I forget. One of those old Carnage books that Clayton did. There was a female host for Carnage, and she was actually the first one to get wings. She had glider wings. Nobody talks about that. So there was a She-Carnage at one point. I think. Maybe I'm wrong about that. That's just me going off remembering reading it back when I was a kid. Nice, dude. I've been wanting Scorn this entire time. I just can't be done on this cover. Yeah, because you'd have to make Scorn. I'd have to zoom her in really big, or she would just be fucking thick. And Scorn is really lithe or slight or thin, so it would look kind of weird. Unless, of course, I could find a way to mimic this red foil. If I could do that, I could do anything with this book. But the problem is, this red foil is basically the thing holding me back from doing that. So potentially we could do a Scorn on a Venom Lethal Protector homage that does not have the red foil, or just find me the white error cover of this book, because that doesn't have the red foil, and then I can use that. Just kidding, because that book's like $1 million. Just cleaning up this edge right here. I love this alcohol pen. It's like an eraser for paint. It's my best friend. I ordered just a pack of these because they're fucking so useful to me. Or the True Believer LP. Sure, yeah, anything like that. That would work. Cars, Dune, Scorn. Cara Dune Scorn. I don't know what that means. Ooh, James, you know what I love. Yeah. Yeah, but then it wouldn't have that sweet gold foil effect, so you'd be looking down the 6 male guys, and then you'd get to the female, and hers would be non-foil. Come on! That's fucked up. I think this set just kind of needs to stay with just the guys, unfortunately. Just the fellas. Ladies, take a break. Fellas, listen up. The big badass chick on the Mando. Oh, Cara Dune Scorn. Oh, I see what you're saying, because she's thick, right? Yeah. Gina Carano. All Day, Day. You know, I never even seen that show. I don't watch a lot. I just watch whatever my wife puts on, which is usually like Curb Your Enthusiasm for the 10th time, or Seinfeld, or It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and all three of those shows are basically the same show, so it's like, yeah, it's funny. Or I'll just watch South Park. Like, if left to my own devices, I'll just watch South Park over and over again, because I feel like that show gets me, and very few other shows get me. For instance, right now I'm watching a cartoon that was my favorite cartoon when I was a kid, so it's like, I don't really watch new things, you know, I just watch things I like, things that make me feel safe, safe space. Could use the foil, green, metal, armor, Spidey covers for Chick Sims. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. You know, yeah, that's a good idea. So that it would be like the red foil and then the green foil, and then maybe do a set of a different cover just for the female symbiotes. You know, there's only 4 or 5 of them if you, or I think they've added a couple new ones, so maybe you could fish up 6, but they'd be kind of obscure characters. But and then instead of the red foil LP, it'd be just a different book entirely, but it'd be cool if it was like a different colored foil. It's a good idea. Good idea. I might do another set like this eventually on another Lethal Protector homage, just because I want to do more of these, and they're so fun, and there's like even though I did Toxin, I want to do them again. You know, it's like, and also some of the Lethal Protectors are very, very different than this one, and some of them are even prettier, believe it or not. I mean, this red foil is awesome, but I'm the one who has to deal with the red foil, and I'm like, you know, there's books just as pretty that don't have the red foil. But the red foil is kind of what makes this book so much cooler than the other ones. Sacrilege! I just forced my family to watch through The Mandalorian for a second time, and they loved it. You use the word force and love in the same sentence. It makes me nervous, but I believe you. Just kidding. James Crozier, that Spidey is too thick. Well, you know, is what it is. Yeah, the metal armor, right? He's like extra thick. But if I make their heads bigger and then just make them kind of closer to you and just make them entirely bigger, then I can kind of shave them down in the details and make it fit in. But it just depends. I have to look at the book carefully to see if I could do it. Oh, that Spidey isn't too thick. Oh, well. In that case, maybe it will work, right? Make them thick. Because you could do Scream, because her hair makes her thicker than any other symbiote. So, like, she's the thick queen. like forced to watch because they didn't want to originally, but they ended up loving it. Sure, a likely story. Just joshing. I know what you mean. You coaxed them into watching it, and then they were like, alright, that was good. Yeah. Yeah, my wife forces me to watch things again and again all the time. She put on like Breaking Bad again. It's like, we watched this whole series like 3 times already. She's like, oh, I don't like it. Or Better Call Saul. It's like, we watched all these episodes twice. She's like, I like it. Like, I don't care. I just sit there for a half hour to an hour and eat my lunch or eat my dinner, and then I just go do whatever I need to do, and then. But, you know, I tried to get her onto The Mandalorian. I don't think it's going to work. She's not really she's more of a Harry Potter person. She doesn't like Star Wars. I'm neutral on Star Wars. I think Star Wars is pretty decent, but like I grew up with the episode 1, 2, 3 series, and it was pretty lame, and I just thought it was kind of like a period piece for a place and time that never existed, but it was like boring. It's just kind of boring. As soon as she sees Grogu, she'll be hooked. Well, she knows who Grogu is. I mean, everybody, he's like Michael Jackson or Michael Jordan now. It's like everybody knows Grogu. He's international superstar, Grogu. He's a little baby. I think Grogu's cute. I love painting Baby Yoda on the Mandalorian I did like a little baby Grogu over his shoulder. I love that thing. He's adorable. That was the whole point. I was like, I'm not done with this book until I think that my Baby Yoda is adorable. And I will stand by it. He's adorable. But it's not because I did so good. It's because whoever designed Grogu did so good. Love the little babies like that. He's so sweet. Even though he looks kind of like a demon, but he's just cute enough. He's got those big eyes. The eyes are what make a baby so cute. Without those eyes, man, we'd be chucking babies like alarm clocks. Be no good. No good. But when you see him in the show and how he acts, it melts your heart, even one as black as mine. Even one as black as mine. It's pretty humorous. I should fix his teeth because I haven't done them yet, and like I learned that it's good to kind of base coat everything really quick so that the viewer enjoys it more because it's like it looks like his fucking he's got like a like he's got like big horse teeth and they're ugly. It's like I just haven't done anything with them yet. Those are the original teeth, and then I have little sketch smears on it. But so I should stop doing what I'm doing and just do the base coat on the teeth, right? It's like those are the kind of things I'm thinking about when I'm streaming. It's kind of different, right? Because when you're just doing art, it's like and no one's watching. It's like there's no order of operations in which to consider other people's perspective on your art. But performance artists know exactly what I'm talking about because there's like performance artists who will like they'll like spin a canvas on a big spinny thing and like throw paint at it at like the fair, and then at the end of the paint it looks like something. So they understand like that order of operations, but I'm learning. Okay, guys, be patient with me. Shit, these are brutal. Just joshing. We're watching Deadpool 2 now. We watched Deadpool the other day. I forced my family to watch all the good shit. It's pretty funny. Those Deadpool movies are really good, and I do not go in for superhero movies at all. Like I watched Wonder Woman, like the new one, WW84. Just because I don't care about her character, and that movie was pretty bad. But the Deadpool movies looked good, and I watched them, and they were good. And this is just fucking awesome movies. What is your personal favorite revision? My personal favorite revision. I don't know. I love all my children equally. You know, I'd probably say that this is my favorite one because it's so sentimental to me. It's not even done, but it was done at the time that I did it. I was like, that's great. I'm done with it. And now I look at it and I'm like, well, this is half done. But once I finish it, it'll be even better. But I really do like all my paintings equally. But one that I think gets pretty underappreciated is my Venom, where he's holding the that sword, the all black, the Necro sword, the red one, even though it's red. Come on, guys. Anyway, but yeah, I like what I did with the sword. So, or the It. I mean, people give the It painting a lot of attention, but I like it because it reminds me of paintings that my grandma would do, even though she would never paint anything that horrible. But she would paint Native Americans in like their ceremonial garb, and it's extremely similar to Pennywise's costume, believe it or not. And that's I'm not being rude, but it's true. It's because they gave him in this latest movie, they gave him like a costume that was obviously made of like it was made in like the 1900s or something. It was like made of like lamb skin or something. But every time I look at that painting, I'm like, that looks kind of like my grandma's paintings. You can give mine Gold Teeth on Canines. Yeah, first WW was good. I didn't watch that one. The old school look, I respect that. The Anti-Venom on Spider-Man 1 is my favorite by far. Yeah, I mean that one is just a home run. I like that one too, but it's just because it's like black and white. I mean, he's got the yellow and the orange on his face a little bit, but you can't go wrong, man. I could have just did a hand turkey on that book and it would still look good. So I wish I could take credit for the webs on that book, but I just can't. They're just so good. Crane is too good, man. He does the webs on that book make it so solid. It's insane. Like that book, anybody looks good on that book because that background is so fucking immaculate. Just kind of trying to do some coats on this. I'll do his teeth. Let's do his teeth. Let's talking about why I should do those and I never did them. Yeah, it's perfect. It's pretty close to perfect, I'll be honest. I mean, that's the last book I did my fat kind of block signature on because I felt like I just fucked it up. I was like, you know what? It needs to look like Crane's signature. I didn't even think that, but then I asked Clayton. I was like, what? How should I develop my signature? Because this one is not working, and my other one is not working. And then he said, yours doesn't look like mine. And I was like, mine to look like yours. And I was like, oh well. I guess that makes sense. I'm kind of stupid for even straying from that in the first place, you know. Evan Eisenberg just sent me pictures of blanks. Oh. I want that Thanos right there, boy. Let me look up a picture of his open mouth right now. I like that Sleeper has like a dead host some of the time. I want to bring up my toxin too, just to make sure I'm looking at that as well. In your giant robot car, you did giant robots. I did. When did I do that? First toxin. I don't see it. Huh. October 30th, it says. I don't even remember. There it is. Okay, got it. Need to know what it would cost to have you do a revision sign. Send out to CGC. Would have to save up. Just like to know where I should start. So, generally for like a full body revision, if it's a really tiny one, it can be cheaper. But generally for a full body revision like this big, it starts at about $95. Generally, it's could be a little more, a little bit less, depending on what we're looking at or the complexity of the character. And then if you want like trade boxes and titles and extra stuff, it can be a little bit more, but it just depends like on what your idea is. And you can give me a budget and I can do like a smaller, cheaper version of what I'm thinking of, and we can make it work. Also, I let you do it in 2 parts if you like, so you can pay half up front and then half before it's ready to ship out. So that kind of gives you time, and my wait list is extremely long right now, so it'd be, and then like when I tour with Crane, I'm thinking that's going to kind of dovetail into how long my list is right now. So if you were to get on my list now, it actually jumped from 3 months to probably like 5 or 6 months, just because like at the end of that 3 months, yeah, I could do more commissions, but I will have to do the Crane tour, and that'll be a month, and then maybe more, and then I'll be tired, maybe, I don't know, and that's like, it could be a while. But so yeah, just let me know what you're thinking, and then I can kind of give you a price quote. And then also like revisions are cheaper. If you want to spend more money, you could have me do a blank, and then I sketch on it first and then color it in, and then do like a background on it. And those can be a little more expensive. Or I could just do like pen and pencil, or do something really small, or you know, something smaller. Ooh, Jake Foxworth just tagged Jason Jack. Thank you. I appreciate that. Joseph Thomas, definitely a fan of said toxin. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, if you wanted to get like a similar toxin, I have a few of these books left. They're not in as good of condition. I think one has like a dented corner. Probably got one that's near mint left. think I got 4 left. So it's like I charge like 20 bucks for them. It's kind of a good deal. It's like 5 bucks off, I think, and then so it'd be like $20 for the comic, 90 for the just the body, not doing the title or a box or whatever. Just we could do 90 for the body, 20 for the book, 40 to have it graded, and 15 to ship to you. So you do the math. I don't know. It's like 160 bucks, something like that. Just wait till those stimulus checks come in. I bet I'm gonna have a bunch of people trying to line up. I think now is my chance. And I'll say, ooh, it's gonna be a 6-month wait, and they're gonna be like, skirt. What? I'm gonna say sorry. I should have got in line earlier. I just want to make sure his mouth is red, his tongue. Am I getting mine done before you guys go on tour, you think? I think everybody in line I have right now. Oh, did my camera break? Shit. Hold on, guys. I think my camera just busted. There it goes. Sorry, what was your question? Oh yeah, so I think everything I have in line right now, I'll be able to get out before I go on my tour. So, but it is very hard to see that far into the future. For me, at least, I'm not that smart of a guy. But for anyone getting in line, basically from today onward, I'm going to warn them that it'll be probably like a 6-month wait. You can send me your price list. We can work from there. I completely understand the wait time. 160 signed and graded. Yep, that would be. Let me think. Yeah, I think so. Yep, his prices are dope. Not bad. Wait time. Cannot control. I really can't. I try my best, but it's like I tried at first to give people time parameters and keep within those time parameters, but I very quickly found out that that makes it so I can't sleep at night, and also makes me look like an idiot when I can't keep to those time parameters, which is almost every time. And then I learned that that's kind of a problem most artists have, is that they think they can do something in X time and they just can't do it. But not that there's anything wrong with that or whatever, but it's just you gotta try to not up people's expectations if you can help it. Keep the expectations nice and low. Remedial life form. Yeah, his tongue is red. Okay. Whew. It's like, what am I doing? Yeah, because his eyes and the inside of his mouth are red. Okay, got it. Well, take your time online if you need a break. I am patient. Plus, I will see you in person with Crane hopefully when you come to Florida. Yeah, boy, that'd be fun. I'll take it. I'll take a toxin, sir. Bill me, okay? After this, we'll work it out via PM. Time on mine, yeah. I would like it signed as well. Of course, my signature is free. You know, I'm not published, so maybe once I'm published, I'll add $5 on. No, I'm just kidding. My prices will go up if I get published, but maybe that'll happen this year. You never know. I think Sleeper's badass. I really like his design. The more I look at it, the more I like it. That is funny. I like it. Oh, I know what's gonna happen. Dylan is gonna fuse with Sleeper, and they're gonna create some kind of super sleeper Dylan. Maybe he'll become a new character. Maybe he'll just remain Sleeper. But I bet that's what'll happen. Because Dylan has the ability to take people over with like a telekinetic symbiote ability, and then combine that with symbiote's Sleeper's ability to do a similar thing, and he'd be like amplifying his power. I call dibs on your first revised cover of yours. Yeah, there you go. I wonder what's the first book I'll do, what I'll work on. I wouldn't mind doing interiors. It's just like interiors get a lot less publicity. It's like I just decided to just do these commission covers because they're really cool. It's like there's lots of cover artists. Like I was listening to Todd McFarlane. I feel like he was talking to me directly because he was live like 2 days ago, or he had an interview, and he's like, "There's lots of great commission artists out there, and they do really good work." And he's like, "But I'm looking for interior artists because interior artists get paid less and their work is harder." And I just laughed, and I was like, "At least he's honest, you know." He's like. But that's the problem with being an interior artist, which I do want to do, and I would just invest in it just because it's cool to do interior art. But I wish they got paid better. It's like, why do they have to be paid less than a cover artist? Doesn't make any sense. They work just as hard, if not way harder. And I do have a couple of interior pages that I've done, but they want like 3 or 4, and they take a long time. They take like over a day or two's work to make one. So it's like, I'm not going to waste a whole week's work to maybe get a job. It's like when I have paid work that needs to be done, it's like that doesn't make any sense. But when I get time to rest and I get time to stop doing commissions for a little while, I'll invest in getting a published job or something. I don't know. It's all in the air, you know. There's no need to figure out any of that right now. We're gonna get there. Keep doing good work. Maybe start drawing stuff of your own. Yeah. If you have to come up with your own character and story, even if you have to start interiors, use that as a platform. Yeah. I mean, I like I said, I'm capable, and I have growing up, I have so many characters and stories that I've written I like original characters more than I like um, published characters generally. I mean, not published, but like mainstream, I guess you'd say. And I think a lot of people do, and these characters are not any different than original characters. They're just mainstream. So it's like everybody wants Venom. Everybody wants Venom over and over. It's like, yeah, Venom's cool, but I wish people would come to me with their original characters and like describe it and let me help them design it. But yeah, dude, you should see my sketchbooks. They're just full of things that are just all my art, you know, my characters. I don't generally draw other people's characters when I'm in my sketchbook. Like if I like a character, like I like Batman, I make my own version of Batman and I just draw him and I make up stories for him. So I just can't help myself. But nobody wants to buy that, okay? That's what people who don't get paid work on. But if I can get paid and then invest that money into my own project, and then I can make it into the next Venom, then I win the whole game. Then I don't have to choose. I get both, right? So that's kind of my trajectory. Is how can I have my cake and eat it too? Because you can do that. They just don't want to make you think you can. But if you're clever enough, you can. Wow, people really like Sleeper. They make a lot of fan art for him. That's surprising. Billy, I'm Kerwin. What's up, buddy? Happy New Year to you. Hope you're doing well. Joseph Thomas says TMNT had their cake and ate it too. Hell yeah, they did. There's lots of people like Todd McFarlane. Fuck yeah. Clayton will be one of those people, and so will I. Clayton already has his cake and eats it too, but he's gonna have 2 cakes. Clayton has every cake and eats them too, and doesn't gain any weight. Clayton's a cheater. It's not fair. To at least gain weight from eating the cake. Birthday 3 days away. Nice. Happy birthday, Billy. I reckon I'll be working on yours by then, or at least pretty freaking close, so that'll be cool. How old are you gonna be, Billy? Are you an old man or a young man? You know, it's like on the internet. I have no idea. I would assume you're not a young man. Probably. Maybe not too old. Need your sketches, want to make stories for them. I mean, I'm pretty good at making stories, bro. No problem. Yeah. I could show you though, and you could just you could check them out. Yeah, I'm in no short supply of story making though. That's I'm not gonna say it's what I'm best at, but I'm pretty good at it. I also like to design board games. I'm pretty good at that. Maybe one day you guys will see one of my board games that I've designed. $41. Well, happy 42nd birthday, Billy. That's a magic number, right? 42. Oh, okay. Joseph Thomas is 39. Well, I'm 27, so you guys are old men. Just kidding. You guys are almost Crane's age. Crane is like, I think he's 45. I think Crane's perpetually 45 in my head, though, so I might be wrong about that. It's not my job to know how old the man is, okay? He doesn't pay me enough for that. He doesn't pay me at all. Wait a minute. Hey, wait. Just kidding, he pays me. He's a very good guy. And when our relationship first began, he would only pay me in computers. He gave me a whole computer once, which was great. It worked, but it was a Mac, and can't really upgrade a Mac, or at least you couldn't back then. I don't know. I couldn't figure it out, but I'm a PC guy. You know, I can build PCs. So then he would pay me in art, in comic books and just random art, and it's pretty awesome actually. I was always fine with that. And then like his books started going up way in price. I'm like, Clayton, come on, pay me in comics, man. It's like worth way more than the money. Yeah, that looks good. We're making it, guys. We're doing it. Getting that tongue in there because it's further back than the teeth, so you want to kind of focus on the tongue. Make sure that looks good before you go any further. I'm starting to learn subtlety because with art, I always go way over the top, which I think is really important, like a hugely important thing to, you know, be over the top if you can. But also subtlety, because I feel like Crane invokes a lot of subtle things in his art, and I think that's what makes them, brings him up, bumps him up to that next level. It's all about how do you bump it up a little to that next level. I think it's kind of mixing a lot of techniques and being fucking clever as shit. And that's kind of like what I'm doing is kind of something new on the tongue I've never done before. Just kind of give it realistic highlights, really subtle. I think that's good. That looks fucking like a photograph. Let me see if you guys can see this tongue. So it's a little bit blurry and there's a glare, but see, that looks pretty good. It looks like a piece of meat, you know? Got that. And there it gets blurry again. Yeah, there you go. Okay, I'm proud of it. Be happy for me. Just kidding. Okay, let's see. Which head is going in this? So, Symbiote Spider-Man, right? Just while you're in the room, Jason Broersma, Symbiote Spider-Man, down here. Is that correct? That's what I have written down. Christopher Stromlin's 44. You're very close to Crane's age. Billy M. Kerwin says wisdom. Hell yeah. I am a young bastard. We have useless knowledge. We all do. Ever did Doomsday first appearance? No. I always thought Doomsday's costume was so weird, where it's like that tattered. He looks like he's in like a radiation suit. Swirl technique, like tats. I could probably be a tattoo artist, but I think that's a whole bag of potatoes that I might not want to have to dig into. But I think that it would be really cool. But I think it's like just a big ass affair. But maybe I'll do some tattooing. I don't know what the swirl technique is though. Maybe you can enlighten me on that. I'm always looking for new, tricky techniques. Is my cartoon done forever now? Alright, I get one more episode. Oh no, evil megas, nice. That's badass. I think Browersma took off, but I'm just gonna do Symbiote Spider-Man down there because that's what he told me last time. I'm about 100% sure. So. Make sure it's kind of the same size as that one. Excuse me. My wife is printing something. Why did it stop? That's weird. What the hell is that? I don't know what the hell is. Being here in Jersey, fighting violence from afar. I can make this head a little bigger, right? Spider-Man that was just on the front you show. What was this labeled as? Talking about down here. The Spider-Man that was just on the front of you show. What is this labeled as? I don't know what you mean, but this indicates that it is a not a newsstand. So I think they call those directs. So this is a direct copy. Yeah, Symbiote Spider-Man. Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I was just waiting for you to respond for a moment, and then I was like, you know what? We're going for it. That's why I have written down. Being here in Jersey. I love Symbiote Spider-Man. I remember when I was a kid, probably before I saw Venom, I saw Symbiote Spider-Man, and I was just like blown away by just everything about his costume. Is absolutely 100% the best costume on Earth. He doesn't even look like a bad guy. It's like so weird why that costume is so perfect. It's bizarre. I'm gonna make these eyes a little bigger. Should be bigger. It's good spacing, but the eyes need to be bigger. It does actually look pretty good, just like that. But Joseph Thomas says, "This is my second favorite next to the Lethal Protector he does. Hobgoblin's pretty dope too." Yeah. Hey Austin, if I pencil cover on a blank Venom and send it to you, can you do your thing on it? And can it get a gold label? Absolutely, can. We can definitely do that. You just have to register as an artist with CGC, which is free and easy, and you basically just send them an email and fill out their form, and I can help you with that. And then they send you some instructions on like the guidelines of it, and then they give you a thing called a creator agreement, which I'll show you right here. And so a creator agreement is the most valuable thing that CGC, this is like gold, solid gold. So basically, certifying that on this date I did this many books for this person, and then I put my information here, and then you send it to them. And you can leave this blank. Most people leave this blank, but you can actually just submit things under people's CGC accounts, but it's much more expensive for them. They give the artist a slight discount. So yeah, basically you just fill out that form, send me the book with your pencils on it, and then I fill that in, and then I would just charge it for a revision cost because it's like coloring, painting it in instead of sketching, so it'd be cheaper, and then we could have both of our names on it and get the yellow CGC label. So, but we both got to be gentle on the book, right? We're doubling the chances that we'll deal damage to the book, but you know, I don't think I've ever dealt damage to a book. I think any book that's gotten a less than a perfect score is just because the book was imperfect when I got it. So basically, you know, I just keep the book on its bag and board. That's the only trick to it. And then when you paint, you know, you put a piece of paper underneath the front cover just so that you're not getting paint all over the book. Which CGC doesn't really care if you get paint all over the book, but it's I don't want to risk it, you know. Got Secret Wars number 8, ASM 252, Marvel Team Up 141, and others. Just missing ASM 300. Oh shit! That's like all the Venom books, bro. Or draw on it in front of you, same thing. Just curious, would be cool. Yeah, we can do that. Holy shit, this is gonna be dope. Yeah. Just after this, I can look on their website right now, and if you can't find it, I'll show it to you later. But basically, just Google CGC Creator Agreement, and then it'll bring you to it's like a news article or something on the CGC website, and then you click that, and then it tells you how to apply for a CGC artist, which anyone can do, and then you fill out an online form, and then they ask you to email them to follow up, I think. And if they don't, just do it anyway, because it's part of the process, I discovered. And then, so yeah. Shizzles. I don't know nothing. What do you honestly think about turning 301 to look like a 300, or do you believe that would be a waste of money? Turning a 301 to look like a 300. I don't know it off the top of my head. I don't know, I'd have to look at it. What, this? Is it too small?
No.
I'm missing ASM 300 as well as mine got stolen. What? That sucks. It's an homage to 300, believe it or not. Oh, well. I mean, you know, the price would be nominal, similar to what I described to you earlier, but it's up to you if it's worth it, you know. I just charge like $20 an hour and then include the cost of the stuff that we're using, right? So like the paint and the CGC, you know, I just move that cost along to you, and then I basically charge like $20 an hour for my art. So, you know, it's up to you whether it's worth it. I have no idea. I like to think that generally, if I do good art, it'll go up in value, especially if I get published, but it's hard to tell. I would say don't get a revision unless you're happy with it being worthless to other people. Does that make sense? Like, it has to have value to you, or else you're never going to you're never going to be happy with it. Even if you resell it, you'll be like, you know, I could have held on to it and it'd be worth more, and I sold it too early, or etc., etc. But if you enjoy the commission as it is, and you could love it even if it was worth $0, then I would say go for it. But if not, you know, definitely don't jump into it until you think about it. My printer's acting weird. I don't know what my wife is doing with it. Oh, I've never seen it do that. That was funny. PM me when I have time. Yeah, I'll hit you up after this. Let me just send you a quick. Oh yeah, you did send me a message, so that's good. Okay, let's see. That's a good one right there. That's what I want mine to look like. Mine does not look like that right now. A little more space between the eyes. It's gonna drip a bunch of fucking paint on there. Glad I caught that shit. How did I smudge green down there? It's okay. I smudged green right there, but it's fine. I don't know how. I don't have any green on my hand at all. My hand is completely clean, yet there's green smudged right there. I've never had that happen, especially since I didn't even feel it, so maybe it dripped. That's a weird thing. Hit right on his black leg though, so we're good. I've only had a few spills, and I've always been able to clean them up, but they take me a while to clean up, so I really don't want to. Fight to not spill paint. That's the worst thing, when you lay down some fresh paint and then you touch it on your hand and you lay it where you don't want to. Fuck. Drives me nuts. Those eyes are much better. It's kind of hard to see from down there, but that's okay. Yeah, we're getting closer, yeah. Your advice makes sense. If you like the artist's work, right, you will be unhappy with it. I have tats and I have tats I regret. Then I started getting tats of Salvador Dali's paintings. There you go. Which art is timeless, yeah. So I will never outgrow the work or be disappointed. Exactly. That's exactly right. Just things you got to consider. Super slick Daddy-O. Thanks. Groovy. Maybe that's the wrong hair. I don't know any mannerisms from that time. Meant you would be happy with the artist's work if you like said style, right? Yeah. No, I knew what you meant, just based on. Sometimes people. I'm getting pretty adept at understanding what people mean, even when they put the wrong words in there. Just rejumble the words until they make sense, and it's generally pretty close to what they meant. Like I see, Professor Word Scrambler, yeah. Yes. Well, it's just one of those things where it's like it seems like that's a difficult, what do you even call that? Ability or skill, but it's one of those things where it's like because I stream so much now, I've been streaming for months, almost every day. It's like you just pick up on it like pretty fucking quick. Make his eyes a little bit more like Venom than I normally do. Because why not? Make him as badass as you want. You don't have to follow anybody's rules. That's what's best about comic books, is that everybody has their own style. It's like, you know, it's cool to mimic a style sometimes, and that's what I'm doing generally, but it's also cool to throw in your own little bits. Everybody has a slightly different style. Even if you told two people to sit down and draw an identical image, or even trace an identical image, generally you would see a bit of the difference, even if they're professional. You'd see their style shine through, whatever style that is. I don't know what my style is. I think my style is kind of like Crane, Capullo, McFarlane's interiors, but it's a little cleaner and a little less exciting. So like the cleanness is okay, but I gotta get my excitement level up for my dynamic shots for like interiors or whatever. I should post my interiors. I don't know why. I guess they're just not like complete. I don't know. They still look good though. Just kind of show people what I got. Let's see, what is the fucking throwing thing? So I think I'd like to have you work on a Spider-Man 1 or Lethal Protector for me. Any ideas for making the art poker related? Oh, Gregory Iosa. Aren't you the you play poker for comics? Yeah, if you have like a group, like a brand or a group or a logo or something, I could like incorporate the logo. Like with any large revision I do nowadays, I always include like a free remark on the back of the book just for fun, to make it, you know, if two people ask for a similar remark and they look similar, it's cool that there's like that kind of thing that will always differentiate them. And like I also use it as an opportunity to clean up any spine ticks or imperfections on the book. So to up the grade, or if you don't care about that, I'll just do whatever looks coolest on the back of the book, right? So, but yeah, I mean, just let me know what you're thinking, and like we could figure out something. Let's see, poker related. I don't know of any. Gambit, right? Gambit is good at poker. I don't know. We could do a Gambit over a Lethal Protector. Why not? That would be badass. Because he's got a long cloak, right? So he doesn't have to be like, I don't have to make him like super thick. You know, his cloak would fill in the thickness, and then do Gambit over top, and then, you know, have him holding like a full house or something, right? In his hand, he's holding a full house. So off the top of my head, that's my idea for you. Yes, sir. I was thinking of using book in a game. Yeah, absolutely. Anything I do does not have to be for a personal collection. You could sell it, raffle it, use it as toilet paper. That would break my heart, but it's your book. I always think Gambit or Joker. Oh yeah, Joker, because the cards. DC or Marvel. It's a good. Well, I guess you'll just have to get a Gambit and then also a Joker. So you'll have to get two. You know, I've got four of these Lethal Protectors left. I think Joseph Thomas was pretty serious about claiming one of them, so he gets first dibs. But after that, I got two more LPs. You could get them commissioned, but I'll warn both of you that my wait list is probably in the 6-month range now, because it's in the 3-month range right now, but then after that I have more work I have to do, which is Clayton Crane Road Tour and God knows what else. So it's like, it's going to be closer to 5+ months wait time, you know, if you got in line. So then if you want it graded, add another month. If you want it pressed, add another month. Shipping is question mark, you know. It's like any of these steps could have slowdowns. If I get sick or I slow down for any reason, it's like that will add a week or etc. whatever. I always like to be clear about that, because it's more for me than anyone else, because I get so stressed out about trying to get all this shit done. Because it's not just these commissions I'm doing. I do a lot of off-camera art, just stuff that's not really entertaining in a stream. You know, just like kind of busy paid work, or stuff I'm not allowed to stream because I have some work that I'm doing right now that is not supposed to be released until it's published. Not that I'm going to be published on a comic book, but I will be doing some. Once my projects are done, I'll be able to share them with you guys, but I'm not allowed to talk about a couple of things. Not that it's like some big, important, crazy thing, but it's just one of those things. It's not a terrible idea. Oh, I have about 20 if you need some. Are they in near mint condition? Because I'm willing to buy almost all of those from you, I think. maybe we'll start with 5. What was I about to use? Oh, yeah. Maybe we could do a trade, right? If you buy a commission, we could reduce the price and buy however many books I want or you're willing to give me, etc. We can negotiate. I think he's looking pretty solid down here. Let me show you. I'm not done with him, but I think the shapes and sizes are pretty good. So here's my symbiote Spider-Man. I think he looks great. He's looking good. I think this cover is going to be just as good as the Toxin one. It's going to be fucking slam dunk. Because right now he's still all just base coat, so it's nothing too entertaining. But I'm basically going to just finish up this because he's so tiny. He's so small. Yeah, I actually like poker, but I just try not to play it. I don't have time. I haven't played a single game in almost 6 months now. Open to trades also have some of those maestros I think you like. Ooh, you have well, I think I have 4 trades and 2 virgins of that left, but I might be interested in a virgin if you want to drop a virgin. I'll probably take that. But if it's a trade, I might not be interested because I've got 4, but we can talk about it. Yeah, I'm always interested in Crane. Any Crane books I'm probably interested in, especially if they're virgins. I prefer the virgins. I'm not trying to be rude, but no, I'm just kidding. And then just, you know, I don't know what I'm really interested in. Just certain things like Lethal Protectors or Spider-Man 1 Silver Crane or Silver McFarlane variants, Spider-Man 1. Because so many, those make anybody looks good on those books. So I'm always willing to take those. Unless it's like 20 of them, in which case maybe 5 or 10 of them I'll be willing to take that. hit you up when you are not live. Yeah. Ooh, I have a box of cranes. Oh, well. We might be in business. I prefer working on cranes just because he's like my mentor and I'm his tour assistant. So it's just, they always make for great revisions for me. It's too easy. Somebody asked me once, they're like, so I'd like to see more revisions that aren't on crane books. And I just laughed. I was like, why would I waste my time? And they were like, "What?" Like their eyes were like, huh? I was like, yeah, you heard me. You heard me. Why would I waste my time on anything but crane books? It's a good question. No, just kidding. These books are worth it. I'll waste my time on these books any day. This was probably my second comic I ever got. I think I got Ultimate. It's hard to remember because I was super young, but I think I got Ultimate Spider-Man #1. And I remember destroying that book, and it was so ripped up I ended up throwing it in the garbage. But so I just didn't care for it at all anyway. And I read it, and it was terrible. And I was like, whatever. If it was a good story, I would have kept it alive. So think about that. Think about that, Marvel. Yeah. And I think this was my second comic. And I got it for $8 at the swap meet or at a card show. I'll never forget that. I was like, yes, something other than baseball cards. Venom comics. That's my favorite. Okay, my lips are actually getting super chapped, and I'm gonna go take a break, and then see, it's 7:20, so I'll probably come back on. Well, no, I got so much other work I gotta do. I'm going to put this aside, and I'll start on it tomorrow. We'll probably finish this tomorrow because now I'm actually streaming again. So, sorry, Jason, one more day, but we'll get it, buddy. All right, have a good night, guys. Oh, hold on, I'll show you guys just kind of a zoom in on what we got going on here. So, title's looking good. That's funny, when you put it up to the camera, I can see that I need to go over that spot and that spot, that spot. And even right there. Right there, you can see that red foil. So like there's certain parts I need to touch up on that. And that is ugly. See this? That I haven't even gone over that. That's just laying down base coat. That too is done. Man, there's red foil all over the place on that. I think it's after a day that it kind of moves around almost. And yeah, this is actually glossy, and the first one I did was matte, but this is a much easier process for me, so I'm just going to go over it again with the glossy and make it cover up all that red foil, but it's going to look good. I wish I did glossy on the first one, and when I score 9/8 on every single, on the next 5 of these lethal protectors, Jason's going to send me back the original one, because he has to, and then I'm going to crack it and go back over it, and I'll probably go over the top to make it match these ones, just so that they all look the same. Okay,